So, good morning and welcome to Breaking Dawn this morning. It is Holy Thursday, so I'm on my best behavior today, I suppose. Who knows? All right? We want to say good morning to everybody across the Caribbean, those of you watching us, internationally. We are headed your way very, very soon. Hayden, I come in, brother, later on this year. I know you're looking forward to seeing me. Hayden has registered for Stefan Run. He says, Stefan, when you're coming up Miami, bring a jersey for me. I said, no problem, brother. I have somebody else too, Navin, one of our other viewers. He wanted a jersey. His father was in the country, but boy, he has had to remind me, I clean forget your father was here, So your father gone back. Navin, I will get the jersey to you. Fear not. All right? We go organize something. Don't worry. All right, just let me just get everything out of the way as it relates to Stefan Run. And right now, I don't like to say things premature, but I am in the process, or my people. I'd big up my marketing girl, I ain't lying, we are in the process of finalizing something, but it will run all the way down to the Christmas party. So we're going to give away something, right? We have the option on the table, or we are about to close the deal on giving away a vehicle, right? Through a raffle, yeah. We ain't trying to finish Balise House. So we're just trying to give away a vehicle to a lucky viewer. And it's going to start from Stefan Run, if we get it finalized in time, all the way down to the Christmas party. And somebody at the Christmas party will win themselves a vehicle once we get that deal signed, sealed, and delivered. All right? I'm calling Stevie Wonder to try and lock this down. Okay? And it's a damn good vehicle too, eh? It's no jokey vehicle. It's a damn good vehicle. Top of the line, right? I'll give you all more information on that when I get it finalized from my marketing person. All right? But for now, it's in the making. And I'm really keeping my fingers crossed. Because that promotion will be, of course, in partnership with Synergy TV. And it's a whole thing. I ain't even talked to the GM about that yet. Because I'll wait until I finalize it. But it's just something on the table. But he watching the program this morning, so he will get a whiff of it. All right? I'm trying to move this thing forward in terms of these events where, we have something grand that we could give to one of our viewers. I know it's real people who watch this program. And, of course, part proceeds will go to a charity as well. But it is, I never thought that I'd be able to do that, But we will see. I'm waiting to see. When she called me yesterday and she told me, listen, one more meeting just to finalize, we're looking good. I said, all right, no problem. I get excited, my antenna, my eyebrow, my hair. I nearly grew hair yesterday. I'm telling you. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. All right, and hopefully we'll be in a position to give to somebody who watches this program. We're in our 12th year this year. And I just wanted I was really working on getting something grand to give away. And we right there on the brink of it, right? It took me 12 years as well I want to thank that same marketing person who got the deal done with Courts and Ashley's for the sponsorship of the set here. She works very, very hard. And it have a lot more that we're planning to do, but for now, she's putting things together for Stefan Run as well, and I just want everybody to come out. And I've always kept this more or less something that the viewers could come to and enjoy as it relates to the events. I don't advertise this anywhere else except our social media pages and on television here at Synergy TV. You will not hear Stefan Run advertising on no radio station, no television station, nowhere. We don't hire no influencer to put out thing because we don't bong for 2 and 3,000 people, right? It's always been a nice, intimate affair where the viewers get the opportunity, you know what I mean? We come out, we have a nice morning together, we bring out the children, that kind of thing. I want to thank SM Jalil for their continued support as well as everybody else who, after this Easter weekend here, are putting everything together during this Easter weekend here. So from Tuesday when I come out, you all will get your acknowledgement, all right? I didn't even have any confirmed. I have a lot of things floating out there, but nobody has confirmed sponsorship, the sponsorship yet, like what I usually get. But I know they're waiting for Easter weekend to pass and everything, and usually these confirmations come like 2 weeks before and that kind of thing. So I ain't too worried about that. But I'm telling you, these 2 events that we do for the year, and I really wish I had the time to throw in a third. Maybe I will, because we did a kids event 1 year, and I wasn't able to back it up the following years. So I have to look at the calendar and see where we're traveling to and when we're traveling, and then see if I could fit in an event for the children, a nice fun day, that kind of thing. We have too many children that actually watch the program, you know what I mean? And we have a lot of viewers with a lot of children. The amount of grandchildren and children, some all there's talk about in all their birthday greetings. It's amazing, you know. So it's something that I got to get back to that. And through that same person, Joseph Morningale, he's a workhorse, Iron Line. He's a marketing beast. So we'll see where that goes, and hopefully we cross the T's and we dot the I's. And after that, it's all it takes is your participation and for you to spread the word and get people involved. And yeah, some lucky person, you know what I mean? All right. So as I said that, I just wanted to get that excitement out of me, boy. Real excited, you know. All you know, it's 12 years in the trenches, you know. You understand what I'm saying? Catching my tail. If you realize, we in the first 10 or 11 years, we had very few real big corporate support. Mostly because, you know, a lot of them is conglomerates and that kind of thing attached to, and you know. But, you know, we fight the fight, right? I always keep fighting the fight and I keep pushing. So we push. And if I could get this done and we could execute this, that could open up the door for some other things in the future. You know what I mean? I don't know how much more years I have on the planet, but it would open up the door for some other things where a lot of the charity work that I do, these people could come forward now and we could create those partnerships and make things, you know, create some bigger things moving forward. So, you know what I mean? It's exciting. It's exciting times. You know what I mean? I'm very excited. All right. So we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of things now, where my mouth does get me in trouble. All right. So one of the things that I wanted to touch on very quickly this morning, as we prepare to take a look at the news, remember I told you all about the parole bill, that legislation that was coming to the parliament that I think would be the start of cleaning up the judicial system. Well, government introduces split sentencing to reform probation. If you could put up that headline for me, Director. The government is moving to overhaul Trinidad and Tobago's probation system by introducing split sentencing, a measure that combines jail time with supervised rehabilitation in a bid to reduce repeat offending and ease prison overcrowding. The Probation of Offenders Amendment Bill 2026 was debated in the Senate yesterday, and at the heart of the amendment is the introduction of hybrid sentencing. Currently, judicial officers generally choose between a term of imprisonment or a probation order. Under the new legislation, the court will be empowered to impose both a custodial sentence followed by a mandatory period of probation. In presenting the bill, Justice Minister Devesh Maharaj described the reform as landmark legislation, saying that this split sentencing option ensures that offenders are held accountable through imprisonment but are given structured support to reintegrate into society. However, he warned that if a probationer commits another offense during their probationary period, they would have to serve the full sentence. Now, what's that? I sent it to you and STV. All the headlines. Don't tell me that happened again with this Gmail, you know. Lord Father. That's now. Huh? You what? You didn't get the headlines. I don't know why Gmail treated me so, you know. But I'm not Gmail anymore, man. I tried, well, forget that. We'll move on. But let me just say, I have been saying this for the longest while, right? It has nothing to do when I agree with things that the government is doing. It has nothing to do with being biased. If people are doing the right thing, they're doing the right thing. And I have been talking about things like this for the last 12 years. All you understand why I'm telling all you? For the last 12, people who are watching this program for the last 12 years, we have brought up these issues over the last 12 years. When I saw that they were bringing the parole legislation to the parliament, I said this, when I read what it's about, I said this is a good move. We have been talking about the judiciary. Johnny Abraham was on the other day talking about that same thing. The length of time these cases, these backlogger cases and all these delays and so on and so forth. But in addition to that, I said the parole legislation is going to work. I think it's going to work and it's going to ease up that backlog, but we have to figure out a way to reintegrate people back into society. And this is what they were talking about yesterday in the Senate. And I think this is a good move. So for all the people who like to talk about what the government doing last year and what the government, if you really look, you will see that certain things are being put in place. And when those things fall into place, the systems that we operate in will be better for it. The country will be better for it. Especially that justice system. And that recurring door, that prison system, where you just have repeat offenders, in and out, in and out, in and out. No. We have to do better than that. We have a very, very archaic prison system. It's inhumane. Our system is inhumane. It's like 40, 50 years behind the rest of the world. And we need to try, and I know I brought this up in the early days of Breaking Dawn. Like in the first 3 or 4 years of Breaking Dawn, I remember talking about this. I was looking at the Scandinavian country model in dealing with crime and criminality and criminals and reintegrating them back into society and things. And I said, look at that, look how different they deal with it. And people used to call in and say, well, Stefan, then people have a different mentality to us, you know. It's the mentality of these people down here and this, that, and the other. Well, the mentality is driven by the environment that you exist in. And this is why I come down so hard on all them PNM constituency. And I was afraid to say it. Who vexed that I saying it, how I saying it, are your business. But that is why I just always come down on that. I went into East Port of Spain some years ago, and I highlight all the things in East Port of Spain that falling apart. I don't know how much all you could remember that. We highlight certain things in East Port of Spain. I went, and Ananias was the cameraman at that time. Director shaking his head. And I went in and I said, look, there's East Port of Spain for you. Why it is the capital city looking so? Half of the capital city is a dump. Let's be real. Who running it? The mentality of the people is driven by the environment that they exist in. That is why I keep talking about community development. A simple thing like a paintbrush and paint, I keep talking about that. That's the only thing I feel laying here with. You have to redevelop these communities. That is why the Zoso bill, I said that I would have support that bill full 100 because of phase 3 of that bill. But everybody else want to listen to noise and talk a pile of nonsense about oppression and giving the police too much power. The police have more power on that state of emergency than us also. When they really check it out. Right? But the community development aspect of it, we keep leaving that out. We keep forgetting about that. We keep pretending like that don't exist and it's not important in dealing with the criminal situation that we have in Trinidad and Tobago. I keep talking about these things. So I am very, very, very confident and in good spirit this morning when I'm reading that the Justice Minister is bringing legislation like this and trying to implement a system like this. This is long overdue. Long overdue. You want to know who did nothing? Go and check who run this place for the most amount of years and have a prison system 50 years behind the rest of the world. And then ask yourself who really do nothing. That's why I get pissed off so much. I am 48 years old and I am doing this job for 20-something years now. I was on radio before and television for 14, right? And I'm telling you, for 12 years on TV and the rest was radio. And I'm telling you, I wake up every morning, I'll come here, and for 12 years on television, we have been complaining about the same problems. Over and over and over and over and over and over. Same thing, same conversation, same thing. Give you an example. SCA was the other day. There are about 3 or 4 articles in the paper. Why we stressing out the children with this SCA? Abandon the SCA. Done with the SCA. Every single year, you get 3 or 4 articles in the paper. You know that coming. It's like dry season and rainy season. I know joke I tell all you. So Devish Maharaj, you do what you ought to do. Push that through. Make it happen. And let me get this thing, let me get the ball rolling. Not only with dealing with crime from the standpoint of the police doing their policing work and arresting individuals and that kind of, and by the way, the police had to be doing their work because if the prison's overcrowded, does that not mean that the police are locking up people? But of course, they have a higher level of people that are not behind bars. And I understand that plight. But we can't say that the police are doing the job when the prison's overcrowded. So now we need a system where we could reintegrate people into society so that they don't go back into that lifestyle. But if we're going to do that by putting them back in the same community, around the same negative elements, we're wasting time. Right? I just wanted to talk about that because I know the crime situation is a one that we had to deal with. The U.S. has lifted sanctions on Venezuela's acting president, Delcy Rodriguez. I tell it all you. Somehow or the other, I do believe that she had something to do with Maduro getting captured. All of us think about it for 1 second. And let me tell you something. As a man out here, as a street man out here, is the people who just done here? Is your right hand and your left hand? Is the people closest to you that sell you out there? Because they know all your business and all your whereabouts. So, I've been saying this for a while now, since I grabbed Maduro in January. I said, but what's going on? Delcy elevated to act as president and until an election and thing, and now the sanctions lifted and all kind of thing. And she, all of a sudden, she gained favor with people in the US, and I was like, okay. And I'm just watching the scene unfold, but I would not put it past my best judgment that she had something to do with that. I'll tell it all you. She knows how to play the game. She's a player. Residents call for patrols after police recover stolen electronics. Police have recovered a television belonging to a colleague that was stolen during a recent burglary at Cypress Hill, San Fernando. The item was found in an abandoned apartment in the community on Monday, and acting on information, officers of the San Fernando Criminal Investigation Department went to an apartment at Cypress Hills shortly after 1:30 p.m., where they searched a unit in Building 32 that appeared to be unoccupied. And of course, apparently they found the television. Boy, I'm telling you. Hey, all kind of things go on this place, yes, boy. The unions are happy after the NUGFW gets their 10% increase, and they say that the non-cash incentive option could benefit workers. Some trade unions have endorsed the National Union of Government and Federated Workers Agreement with the state for a 10% wage increase, 60% of which will be paid in non-cash benefits. And you see, that's just to tell you the country has no money. And everybody want to focus on everything else, but why the country has no money? You understand? Because they don't want to go back and address the missteps, the mismanagement, and the nonsense that the last administration did that put us in the position we're in right now. You think? The fact that they are offering 60% of these wage negotiations in non-cash incentives tells you that there is no money there. That is one sign. You think? And I still want to know where Edie Stewart and them plan really is. Because the government is showing you that they are negotiating with unions. And they are coming to the negotiation table and dealing with them. Right? The teachers get the updated salary. They have their back pay to get, which I would imagine will be cleared shortly. Although they want to make noise of that too, one time. This union get 10%, the PSA get a 10%, right? All who negotiated before. So it has nothing to negotiate, it's to implement, right? Those updated salaries and whatever benefits and so on and so forth. You have another bargaining period that will come, fine, you deal with that then. But I want to know where's Edie Stewart real plan, because let me face the reality here. This thing was triggered by a corruption that was discovered in an audited report. And all of a sudden, you're vocal. And I said it yesterday, I'll say it again. And I only asking a question because you're behaving like you have something to lose. Dr. Tim Gopi Singh is doing his job. But all you're out there marching, and you're talking about your 2013 salaries. Well, if you want 2013 salaries, Edie Stewart, your organization, your association, your membership, I want to find out, as a union leader or the head of an association that is responsible for dealing with those things, right? For agitating for better conditions and so on, and terms and conditions for your workers. How you miss 4 bargaining periods? You miss 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That is 4 bargaining periods. How that happen? So what you was doing in those 4 bargaining periods? It's in 1, it's in 2, it's in 3. It's 4 bargaining periods. How you can't get to the negotiation table, or you can't get, how you can't get those negotiations done for 4 bargaining periods? Me able, no? Anyway, I'll take up too much time. We're going to take the break. When we come back from the break, I see here just a quick headline. The PNM Deputy Leader Boodoo joins calls for campaign finance reform. And I would join those calls too. I agree. It's a pity that all leaders only talk about that when all in opposition, because when you're in government, you don't mention nothing about campaign finance. All of us here for 9.5 years, and not once all they bring up campaign finance reform. But now you want it. Same thing. You will find that the UNC in government now, they wouldn't bring up, and you wouldn't really find no conversation around campaign finance reform as any primary piece of legislation that should be debated and implemented or some kind of thing like that. You wouldn't hear about it. Everybody does know about it when in opposition. That's my problem with that. And Flavor Village, it was released. It cost $16 million for Carnival 2026. I personally think that's good money spent. I see no problem with that. I would have liked to see a comparative figure from last year or the year before, from all the years before, with the Carnival Village and how much that used to cost. Because this Flavor Village that they put out here was the Superstar Carnival. Let me Michelle Benjamin did a tremendous job. Now, it is a model that is very similar, if not a carbon copy, of what you get in St. Thomas, where we are headed on the 27th of April. That's the first time I saw a village like that. It was in St. Thomas last year. And they came and they implemented that. I don't know if they was watching Breaking On and to see what was going on, but nevertheless, right? So they came and they implemented this Flavor Village where the people got the top of the line, tippy top of the line entertainment for free. It also served the purpose of the vendors in the savannah. They never make money like they make this carnival yet. Go and ask them, they'll tell you. To the point where they wanted them to keep up the Flavor Village and don't take it down. Right? You had tens of thousands of people over an extended period, right, going there for entertainment. It marketed Carnival as well. It was also money spent to market Carnival. Good? So I have no problem with that. I thought it would have cost more money than that. 16 million, I think that money well spent. We could debate that. You all could have your opinion. But I'm telling all you, there has never been anything like that in Trinidad Carnival to that extent. The Carnival Village was always around. Always. But never had that type, and it was always free. And there was never that type of excitement and that type of quality of entertainment and everything. It was never like that. And I would really like to know what it cost in the past. Because if it used to cost 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 million in the past, and this cost 16, and it's chalk and cheese, then we get a better measuring stick. But I will see what I can find out. I'll probably message the minister and see if she have a comparative figure that she could send for me, because I've not seen it in the article here. All right, but we'll take the break. When we come back from the break, remember, go get yourself registered for Run Stefan Run. Register online at trinbagoevents.com. If you want to pay cash, the long weekend is here. If you want to pay cash and register, go to Sports and Games nationwide. Tell them you come to register for Run Stefan Run. You will get your promo code with all the instructions on it. Please read the instructions and follow the instructions. If you have any problems, you can call 345-3380 or 482-5531. When we come back, we're going to open the phone line and take calls. Whatever all I want to talk about this morning, it's up for conversation. You all have the floor. All right? Stay tuned. Hello? Stefan Run Productions? Yes, Run Stefan Run registration, $200. Where you getting? Listen, people, we know that a lot of 5Ks these days make it about what you're getting. But at Stefan Run Productions, we focus on what we are giving. This year, we're dealing with children living with autism through the Autistic Society of Trinidad and Tobago. We give to the athletes with the largest prize structure of any 5K in Trinidad and Tobago, from $5,000 first place to $500 10th place. What do we give? you get a t-shirt, you get your customized medal, and of course you do get a complimentary breakfast along with all of the other promotions going on that morning, including your bread. Yeah, you're getting your bread. So I will see you at Stefan Run Sunday, April 26, 6 a.m. at QRC. Go get registered right now. You can register online at trinbagoevents.com, or if you prefer to pay cash, you can go to sports and games outlets nationwide and get registered today. If you have any problems, call 345-3380 or 482-5531. And remember, sometimes the best way to get is to give. See you at Stefan Run.
Feeling distance in your relationship or sensing someone interfering between you and your partner? Connect with Pandit Anirudh, known for powerful and result-oriented love solutions. His effective love spells have helped many reunite with lost partners. If you face family conflict, marriage issues, negativity, or financial stress, his strong mantras bring quick relief. Know what lies ahead in your love life and future through powerful astrology readings. Many lives have changed. Now it's your turn. Contact +1 868 278 0399.
Let the rhythm inspire you at the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival 2026. Pure Jazz. Tuesday, May 5th, Grammy-winning Esperanza Spalding. Then on Thursday, May 7th, Branford Marcellus Quartet. May 6th, Kingdom Night. Gospel powerhouse Ty Tribbett. Ada AE. Then feel the rhythm at Caribbean Fusion. Friday, May 8th, featuring the original Wailers with Al Anderson. Skip Marley, Cast the Band. Imran Nerdy, Dexter Daps. World Beats. Saturday, May 9th, Afrobeat sensation Thames. Princess Lover, X-Man, Lou City, October 4, and Ella May. The Ultimate Celebration, Sunday, May 10th, featuring the legendary Billy Ocean. Beverly Knight, Mervyn Wilkinson, R&B icons Brandy and Monica. Online tickets available at stluciajazzandartsfestival.com.
Ostomy care is a unique and intimate condition that can seem challenging for individuals afflicted by it. At Better Life Ostomy Care, they understand and offer a wide range of products and services that will allow ostomates to lead a better life. From colostomy and urostomy pouches, paste and powders, antibacterial wipes, Brava strips, deodorants, gloves, gauze, bed liners, and much, much more. They also have RN care available for ostomy home care with affordable starter packages. No need to look for nurse or supply, everything is just a phone call away. Better Life Ostomy Care is located at number 4 Mosque Street, Caroni. You can call them at 308-6709 or 472-5878 or visit their website at www.betterlifeostomycareTT.com to find out more about their offerings. You can also write to them at betterlifeostomycareTT@gmail.com or find them on Facebook. Better Life Ostomy Care, servicing ostomates with a better quality of life.
Earlier, you see this Lord Kitchener legacy? Get your tickets now.
On Saturday, April 18th, which is the 104th birthday of Lord Kitchener, come be a part of the Lord Kitchener legacy at Napa. A musical extravaganza celebrating the works of this grand master with proteges like Chuck Gordon, Terry Lyons, Gypsy, Pink Panther, Anselm Douglas, Young Brother, College Boy Jesse, and a chip off the old block himself, Colonel Roberts. Special guest appearances by the Lydian Singers and Super Podman Dane Gulston.
Backing band, the renowned Vince Rivers and the Soca Unit.
MC Alan the Entertainer. One show only. Saturday, April 18th. Napa. Showtime 6 p.m. Tickets $300 and $250 with a limited amount of early bird tickets now on sale at $15 less. When it done, it done.
Available at islandetickets.com. Crosby's, GAC Electrical, opposite Starlight, Diego Martin Main Road, Jumbo Foods Barataria, All Kenny Sports, Western Union, Tuna Buna, All Extra Foods, Supermarkets, Anthony's by the Park, Palini Drugs, San Fernando. For more info, call 491-1802. The Lord Kitchener's Legacy.
Judicial didn't warn you.
Lent is here, and the castle is making fasting easy and tasty. With a fresh catch, seasoned local style, and cooked to golden perfection. Try the fish meal, the fish combo, the fish sandwich combo. Want more fish? Well, the royal fish meal is for you. Or maybe you just want our famous fish sandwich. The delicious Lenten specials are hot and waiting for you at your nearest royal castle.
Ile, Ijosin, Otura, Meje, Awo, Oshun presents the annual Organ Festival 2026. Sunday, 12th April from 3 p.m. sharp at number 22 Church Street, Matarita, Arima. For more information, call 388-4606 or 464-9258. The annual Organ Festival 2026 is on.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerators parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78 Bamboo Settlement number 2 Valsain between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
You will not deny that this is the maddest place on earth, and we go shout from the top of the mountain. This is the greatest place, our great escape, my favorite space, the maddest place on earth. Would you believe me when I tell you? Better you come and take a sample. A little bit is still a lot to handle, but you can find no other example. We really have a different kind of style. The elders teach it to me as a child, and this is how we know that we are alive. Fancy people never need too much to start a vibe. It's fancy time, June and July. You need to fly down to the maddest place on earth. Can't tell no lie.
Astrologer Mohit Ji is known for providing insightful astrology guidance for complex life situations, dealing with love confusion, delayed marriage, partner distancing, or serious relationship breakdowns. His approach focuses on understanding the root cause and guiding you toward the right path. If financial instability or business setbacks are affecting you, his spiritual remedies may support positive change. With psychic reading, horoscope analysis, and palm insights, he offers practical clarity. His services also include protection from negative energies and removal of bad luck. Call at +1 868 334 2796.
All right, so we're back, and as we return, we're just about 90 minutes away from the hour of 7 o'clock. There is the issue with the nurses that I missed in the paper this morning. When I was going through the headlines, the management of the NCRHA, which is responsible for the administration of the Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex in Mount Hope, has begun hiring new nurses to help alleviate some of the staffing issues caused by sick-out action from nurses currently in the system. Now, the media spoke with some of the 15 new nurses who had orientation at the facility yesterday, but many of them said they did not want to speak much on the issue. They noted, however, that they were the second batch of nurses going through the orientation process this week. Other healthcare staff said while the situation at the hospital was better than it was on the weekend when the sick-out action was initiated, there still remains an issue with nurses not showing up for work. One medical staff said patients on wards where nurses did not show up for duty were being transferred to other wards with nurses to manage the situation. And the media was told that both nurses and enrolled nursing assistants, ENAs, were calling in sick, leaving only the patient care assistants to man the wards. Most patients who arrived at the accident and emergency department with major health issues were not placed on wards, and this resulted in interns being used to fill the gap, forcing them to work double and sometimes triple shifts. And the media understands that interns received an email yesterday informing them of longer working hours from 8-hour shifts to 24-hour shifts. All right? And this is what is happening at the Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex. Like I said, I don't know where's the end game, you know. You're talking about 4 bargaining periods. 4. Between 2015 and now. 4 bargaining periods. And all of a sudden, you activate yourself because they discover a corrupt pool nurse system with people in an audited report where people was clocking all kind of 400 hours of work and all kind of thing. So, I mean, and that is what triggered it. And that is my problem. If that is what triggered it, something wrong somewhere. 327-7400. Let me take some calls here because we have a long weekend coming. We won't be back until Tuesday. So let me get your thoughts on anything that you want to talk about this morning, any issue that is on the front burner this morning. It is up to you. What is this? Thanks to, registration. All right, cool. No problem. Yeah, so 327-7400. Let's go. Hello, good morning. Morning.
Morning to you, Mr. Stefan.
Yeah, my brother, go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Stefan, this is the problem we have in Trinidad, right? Because right now it's happening in Parliament. So every time the government try to pass something in Parliament, they oppose it, and then they keep in a media conference to deny the government and to say, well, why they oppose it and things. So that was happening with Mr. Stewart. He self say he was going to sit down in front of the hospital in Cuba if they work it because shortage of nurses, right? Yeah. He's a man say that. And at the end of the day, Mr. Stefan, that money, what they talking about it, they didn't want that to be exposed because it have more things than that to come. But in the long run, no matter how they try to hide things, it will be exposed. That man is just a man who never cared nothing about nurses and never cared nothing about nobody. But now he want to show up as a UNC in power. He couldn't do that with Rowley. He would have get him back pay, but lose his job. Okay, Mr. Stephen, thank you.
All right, no problem. No, I just want to get your thoughts here. Let me get some thoughts there going wrong. Hello, good morning. Morning, morning. Hello?
So many things to talk about.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello? Yeah. What is the proposal from the nurses union that they're looking for? What percentage are looking for? Anybody know? What conditions they're looking for?
I don't know.
But anyway.
Nobody knows. They ain't say it has nothing related to that. They keep talking about this pool nurse overtime issue, but this was an audited report.
Well, this government is showing that when they wipe out the corruption, they have some money now to hire whoever it is and to expand the program and to give them higher salaries. So it still have to do what it's supposed to do, but you're doing it. And they play, and when they look to whoever looking to wipe out corruption, or you're talking about move Tim Gopisi because he exposing the corruption. So you're addressing the corruption itself, but you're exposing the man who, you want to move the man who exposing the corruption. So we look at it from different angles. But I want to look at a different view. Since this government come into office, how many settlements have they been able to complete? How many things have they been able to do in 1 year time that has been able to bring about a change? That having these unions and them looking for betterment and they're getting it now because they're seeing a brighter light. I heard the president, Mr. Crystal, or whatever his name was, at Twitter say, the reason why it's in some schools that the police failing is because they didn't consult the unions. So if they consult it would have fixed. Wow.
Them on nonsense, boy. Them on nonsense, boy. You understand what I'm saying, caller? They're on nonsense. When you listen to them talk and you really analyze what they're saying. What they're saying and nothing is the same thing, you know.
Correct. I heard the former Minister of Education talk about a whole bunch of things in Parliament, about this and that, and what kind of problem it is, and it's not a security problem and trial. But under her tenure, school violence grew. It expanded. School violence was beyond control.
What was her plan?
And what she did is she take away. Yeah, she take away the laptops. She take away all the little benefits that children were getting by the President Award and demotivated children. The highest failure was under her tenure. And things are turning around. So we need to look at the positives. And the Prime Minister and the ministers are working and are bringing about a change. And things are happening. But change comes without a resistance. That is normal. And today, this Easter weekend, and we smile and we're looking at things now from that perspective, that life is changing in Trinidad and Tobago. We're looking at now at an American model, and things happening different. For the nurses and them who talking, they're agreeing a process away. I know a lot of nurses away who live in paycheck to paycheck. When they max out the credit card, and the money looking like, when you do the conversion, looking like plenty of trouble, but they're living in the States and they're living in Canada, and they're seeing real trouble. They can't make ends meet. When you go to visit them, they're living in basements, in small places. They want to see the trouble. And when they come in, they say, you guys still doing those things? So there are many things that we have to look at. But the life in Canada is nice. And it's time that we change this thing and start to live a disciplined life. Time we start to manage the finances. Right. Everybody getting increased. Pensioners getting an increase and they're facing the same price. And how pensioners managing that? Because of the wisdom and they have gathered over the years. So people have to begin to understand your management of what you do makes a difference, and the government is managing within the means that they can. There are many things to talk about, but I'll give others a chance.
All right, no problem.
These are some of the things the government is doing very well for the first year. Put down the amount of things that they have been doing, and let us talk about those things, and we'll see the difference that it was for the last 9 years as compared to the 1 year.
All right, no problem.
Weekend, and happy Easter to the whole of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, man, you too.
And what a friend we have! What a friend we have in Jesus. All our sins and pains to bear. Have a good weekend.
All right, man, no problem. No, but the other thing is they have the at the end of this month, they will have their 1 year 1 year in office. So I'm looking to see what are the accomplishments after that 1 year in office. And I have a feeling people will be surprised how much things they were able to accomplish within the 1 year. Hello, good morning. Well, it's not even 1 year, really and truly, yeah, because like I say, it don't start when you win an election. It starts when you present your budget. But nevertheless, morning.
Yes, sir, for morning. You know why? Some of these nurses, I mean, well, I hit the nail on the head concerning what's going on with them, eh? But some of them, like, they're politicizing this bacchanal going on right now.
But a blind man could see that.
Because I have a picture with one holding up a big PNM banner, was they protesting in Port of Spain.
Look,
I don't understand what that had to do with your back pay or the overtime pay or whatever they call it.
This was triggered by an audited report revealing a potential racket that was taking place as it relates to the pool nurses. That is what triggered this. Let me make no mistake about it.
No, but you can remember something similar to that had happened when Gary was commissioner concerning police and overtime?
Yes, but Gary put out I will read, I think Gary, I have the statement from Gary Griffith there. Gary Griffith put out a statement one time on that and made the comparison between what is taking place here and what took place with the TTPS under him, with overtime.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. This was triggered, this is what I'm saying. This was not triggered by your working on 2013 salaries. Let me make no mistake about it. This wasn't triggered because of that. This was triggered because our audited report, and I keep stressing on that, it is very important that people understand it is an audited report that say, hey, something wrong here. Morning.
Stefan. Morning.
Yo.
You see, as I say, right, it have Trinidad and Tobago. People is only right now on social media. Nobody knows what's going on with this listening. Yesterday, that same thing you say now, I had to explain a big man that same thing yesterday. That it wasn't Tim Gopi Singh and Kamla and this and that and the next. It's not about that. It's the audited report.
It's an audited report.
And people like did not understand it. They're saying, oh, the nurses, the same thing like CPEP, and this is like a misunderstanding. It's our people in Trinidad are telling you that only listening to the negativity and they're not listening, they're not reading, they're not doing nothing.
Well, but that's the fault of the government, because the government is doing a poor job of communication. I keep saying it. I keep saying it. Huh?
I say you've been saying that for the longest while.
From the word go, I keep saying it.
You understand?
Their communication is not on point.
I think the more negativity, that is what pushing right now. Real negativity going on the road. So it's like they're throwing off everybody with this. And the government not seeing that. So I guess they will have to sort that out, you understand?
Yeah.
Well.
All right, no problem.
Right, man. Later, I'll see you Sunday.
Of course. And the other thing thanks a lot. The other thing that they're doing poorly, let me tell you the other thing they're doing poorly. The timing of their press conferences to talk about these things, poor. They're not even timing that correct. Because if I'm not mistaken, Tim Gopi Singh held up a press conference not too long ago, and he was speaking about certain things that took place in the NCRHA, and I do not think anybody caught that press conference. Morning. My boy in the nursing.
Morning.
One of the nursing people here. Morning, go ahead.
Yeah, morning. I'm just going to change the topic a little bit. I would like to advocate for like a drive-through between Grand Bazaar to South. If you're making that journey, especially when you're like in the festive season in Trinidad and Tobago, if you're tired or you want to pass urine, you want to drink a little cup of coffee, there is nothing. Like in the States, you have like a drive-through where you could probably pay to park, you could sleep, it is secured, you could get something to drink, catch yourself, and continue your journey. So I've been calling for that, but I would like to advocate that they have something like that, because between Sando to Grand Bazaar, let's say you're coming from a line, well, Trinidad like to party. Where can you pull aside to take a rest if you're sleepy or if you feel you're under the influence? So if they could make something like a nice Delhi car park, I'm just saying, and you probably could pay for the car park, you could sleep, catch yourself, you could get something to drink, a cup of coffee, and then continue your journey. Between that two distance, there's actually nowhere that you could actually pull aside.
But let me ask you something. I am all for an idea like that. I think it would save people, might save lives on the road, because some people might be tired. Sometimes you're coming from a line, you want to go home, But you know you're bepping, right? You know what they say now, you're bepping.
Right.
I have bepped on many occasions coming from Brand Lara, Cricket Academy, coming from FET. And I driving, director can tell you that, and they watching me here, but it's not going to take it out of people in the car with that, I'm bepping that way. But it really had nowhere, you could only pull on the shoulder, which is not safe.
Exactly. Not
but
safe.
it really, no, serious, but it have nowhere else. I would back you on that, I would support that. But here's my question to you. You feel Trinidadian people will use that? If it provided to them?
Well, sometimes, again, I am all about developmental progress. And sometimes you might say that because it's not there, but you have to try it and give people the option. But in the absence of you having the option, what could you do?
Well, all right, yeah, that's true.
I'm telling you personally, you have to pull aside, open the two door for your female partner to pass you in on the highway and those kind of things. It's unsafe. But I think I'm just saying it's something I put in out there.
I think no, it's not a bad idea at all. And I think if people know it's safe, I think safety is primary. If people know they could swing off the highway and pull right there and it have a little safe spot, I think they'll utilize it at times. You know, especially like you say, in the long weekends and the busy period, like the carnival periods and that kind of thing. Yeah. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea at all.
Recommendation.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Thanks.
Cool, man. Yeah. That's the kind of thing Breaking On built on, you know. People call it and give ideas like that. That's not a bad idea. As a matter of fact, you remember oh God, Chris, the place on the highway that had opened, that was selling the food and thing that we used to advertise for. I try to remember the name of it. Morning, Harry. Oh God. Morning. Go ahead, caller.
Morning.
My boy Harry was the one in charge of that, you know. Morning.
Rest stops. On what he's talking about is rest stops. They have them all over the world. You know, England, America. It's very a nice idea. Have a great idea. Yeah. Bye.
Okay. Yeah, it's a rest stop you're talking about. In Trinidad and Tobago, I think people utilize it have places. No, let me tell you something. It might sound, somebody will make a comparison and say, well, Stefan, in America it's a longer, sometimes you're on the road for hours, right? But what he is saying there is a lot of people go, they might leave Tong and they might, or the east or wherever, they might go to South and Lime. And when they're coming back up from South now, they might be intoxicated, they might be sleepy, they might wherever. But if it have somewhere for you to pull over, it's something you're accommodating the drivers then. And you're giving them an option. So, I mean, I don't see any harm in it. Morning. It's not a bad idea. I think that's forward thinking. Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, listen. Well, we could have that. It's good, you know. It's very good.
Yeah. Sometimes all you need is a little 10 minutes, you know, and you're back on track, you know.
Oh, you must have security.
Well, yeah, that'll be, people know it's safe and that kind of thing. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. But, you know, are we remembering that this CPU, he was appointed by the last regime and he was kept, right? Because he's a highly qualified individual in the area, you understand?
Well,
and so work is going on in the background. For example, he settled with, is it WPTU or something? He settled them with the 10%. It was in the news.
With what?
He settled with one union for the 10% yesterday, is it?
Yeah, the General and Federated Bookers Union.
Right. So he is, and then he even said he made a pronouncement on the teachers, right? He said while salary settlement is being negotiated, has nothing to do overtime is not on the card, right?
The back pay, yeah.
The back pay, sorry.
That's for the teachers, yeah.
Right. But I want to ask another question. Those nurses, are they utilizing their sick leave to protest, do you think?
Okay. So I know that if they abandon the duty for three consecutive, well, if they protest for they don't show up for work for 3 days, that is abandonment of the job, right? In terms of if they utilize the sick leave, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure, but I can find out for that. I can find out about
3
that.
days they have to submit
And somebody
a
asked me this and
medical,
answered the other
you
day, and
know.
I can't remember, you know. Huh?
Yeah, if it's 3 days, 2 days and above, you must submit a medical. So if you utilize, Stefan, it reeks of, you know, real. It's like they holding the country to ransom the same way. You understand? Because you see them every day for so long protesting. You're in a job where you are providing service to the sick, you know, and you don't care what happens. Well, I guess to each his own. I wish them all the best.
All right. Yep. All right. So I've got to take the break and get to the second hour. We'll get back to the phone call shortly, people. But like I said, this is an issue, obviously. You could say it political or whatever. But it may reek of some political nature. But like I said, all the time, everything was honky-dory until that audited report, on those payments, and people reporting 400 hours of overtime and 200 to 400,000 overtime, and some people going home with 80, 70, 60,000 over a 3-month period. When that audited report revealed that with that rate of $75 across the board, which was not in accordance with the CPO, right? Now, let me tell you something, eh? Somebody, just like with CPEP and URP, right? Just like with CPEP and URP. If I run in a ghost gang, I ain't running a ghost gang for free, eh? So, the rector and Chris and Kelmore, the 3 of them that in the ghost gang, under me, the one that I run in, they ain't going to work, you know. But here what happen? They get a check. And when they get a check, when the fortnight come, they had to come to me now and hit me a piece of money, right? Right. That's how the racket is run. Let me not pretend like we don't know that. Right? Don't pretend like we know that. That's how the racket is run. So, apply that to the same issues raised in the audited report and ask yourself, who was signing off on that? Ask yourself, who was signing off on them hours? Ask yourself that. Who was signing off on that? And the person who was signing off on that, you think they were signing off for free? Let me be real. You think that person was signing off on that kind of money for free? We're talking $3 million in overtime payments every month. We're talking over $30 million a year in overtime payments. So you tell me, the person who's signing off on that, tell me how much money they lost. Now that I have an audited report that come out and speak to that corruption, tell me how much money that person stand to lose. And then you will start to understand why Mr. Man activated. Let me be real. This wasn't triggered by 2013 salaries, which should be why the nurses out there. That should be the primary reason why the nurses out there, because the nurses' salaries to be working on 2013 salaries in 2026 is totally unacceptable. It is unacceptable. But it appears, from what I am seeing, reading, and the way that all the chips are falling, that bringing the nurses' salaries up to date is not the priority. But that should be the priority. And if you're a nurse, it should be. And there was one nurse that put out a post on social media yesterday stating that corruption that was revealed in that audited report is the second largest corruption in the medical sector. I would imagine second only to the doctors. And the racket that has been running there. Right? Because for some reason or the other, you go to the public healthcare system and they can't solve your problem for free. But you go to the private sector and you go to the same doctor and your problem solved when you have money in your pocket to pay. That's one of the things that run into. And let me don't forget, let me tell you something, man. I used to work in the hospital, you know. When I say I used to work in the hospital, I didn't work in the hospital as an intern or not, you know. We used to do all the hospitals in Trinidad and Tobago, you know. For pest control, you know. Port of Spain General, St. Anne's, St. James Infirmary, Eric Williams Medical Complex, San Fernando Hospital. That is the 5 that my father had a contract for. Right? And it has certain things that take place in the hospital that I could talk about and people will know about. Some will deny, but it is the truth. I won't go into that now. Because that's not the issue. Right? But one of the callers this morning made a very, very good point. You're out there and you're protesting. Okay? What you're protesting for? What is currently on the table in these wage negotiations? What is the percentage offered? What is the percentage that you refused? What is the percentage that you put forward? And you say, this is what we want. What is the terms and conditions that you have met with the CPO and had discussions on and things like that? What is it? What is it? There is nowhere in this article here that it speaks to that. Nowhere. Right? Matter of fact, the article goes back to the rate that the pool nurses were supposed to get and what they were getting as it relates to that situation there with the 400 hours overtime and all these things. It goes back to that. So I'm really trying to figure out, like, what is all out there for? Anyway, let's take the break. When we come back from the break, we'll come back to the discussion. We have a few videos as well that we'll just toss up there. We have Dr. Watson on a little bit later on this morning. We have her scheduled for today, so she'll be on. But stay tuned. We'll be back after this. We're going to take a little break. Or let's take a breather. Let me catch myself. Hello? Stefan Run Productions? Yes, run Stefan Run registration, $200. What are you getting? Listen, people, we know that a lot of 5Ks these days make it about what you're getting. But at Stefan Run Productions, we focus on what we are giving. This year, we're dealing with children living with autism through the Autistic Society of Trinidad and Tobago. We give to the athletes with the largest prize structure of any 5K in Trinidad and Tobago, from $5,000 first place to $500 10th place. What do we give? You get a t-shirt, you get your customized medal, and of course you do get a complimentary breakfast along with all of the other promotions going on that morning, including your bread. Yeah, you're getting your bread. So I will see you at Run Stefan Run Sunday, April 26, 6 a.m. at QRC. Go get registered right now. You can register online at trinbagoevents.com, or if you prefer to pay cash, you can go to sports and games outlets nationwide and get registered today. If you have any problems, call 345-3380 or 482-5531. And remember, sometimes the best way to get is to give. See you at Run Stefan Run.
Astrologer Mohit Ji is known for providing insightful astrology guidance for complex life situations, dealing with love confusion, delayed marriage, partner distancing, or serious relationship breakdowns. His approach focuses on understanding the root cause and guiding you toward the right path. If financial instability or business setbacks are affecting you, his spiritual remedies may support positive change. With psychic reading, horoscope analysis, and palm insights, he offers practical clarity. His services also include protection from negative energies and removal of bad luck. Call at +1 868 334 2796.
This year, we gather again for Jazz in Red. One stage, one unforgettable night on April 5th at the Cipriani College in Valsaine, featuring sax appeal from Detroit, international jazz vocalist Ashley Pizzotti, Junae, Devon Stewart, Natasha Joseph, Johan Chakari, Dane Galston, Chrison Joseph, the I Am Jazz Orchestra, and the powerful sound of Freetown Collective. Because at the I Am Jazz Festival, music is not just entertainment. It is our love language. It's a love affair.
Ostomy care is a unique and intimate condition that can seem challenging for individuals afflicted by it. At Better Life Ostomy Care, they understand and offer a wide range of products and services that will allow ostomates to lead a better life. From colostomy and urostomy pouches, paste and powders, antibacterial wipes, Brava strips, deodorants, gloves, gauze, bed liners, and much, much more. They also have RN care available for ostomy home care with affordable starter packages. No need to look for nurse or supply. Everything is just a phone call away. Better Life Ostomy Care is located at number 4 Mosque Street, Caroni. You can call them at 308-6709 or 472-5878 or visit their website at www.betterlifeostomycareTT.com to find out more about their offerings. You can also write to them at betterlifeostomycareTT@gmail.com or find them on Facebook. Better Life Ostomy Care, servicing ostomates with a better quality of life.
Ile, Ijosin, Otura, Beje, Awo, Oshuna presents the annual Organ Festival 2026. Sunday, 12th April from 3 p.m. sharp at number 22 Church Street, Matarita, Arima. For more information, call 388-4606 or 464-9258. The annual Organ Festival 2026 is on.
Are you living with pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes? Manage it with the unique Jameson 100% complete multivitamin with 400 micrograms of chromium to lower blood glucose, lutein for your eyes, B vitamins for energy, vitamin C and lycopene for antioxidant support. Take a step towards a healthier tomorrow and make the proactive switch to Jameson today.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
If you want to be a better chef at home or advance your professional career, Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy is the best place to be. Some of the courses that we offer here at the Academy: Creative National Cuisine 1 and 2, Baking and Pastry 1 and 2, Kids Summer Cooking Classes, one-day classes at the workshop. We have Asian cooking classes and certificate in culinary arts, food lovers and professionals.
Start your culinary journey today with us at the Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
Eden Heights Clinic is one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. They offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prelozone therapy, live blood analysis, halotherapy, limb backing, nutritional programs, colon hydrotherapy, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. Their professional doctors, Drs. Carlos Navarro, Bronwyn Navarro, and Brian Thompson, provide consultation services in areas of diabetes, detox programs, arthritis, sports injuries, heart disease, high blood pressure, persons suffering with knee, shoulder, and back pain. At Eden Heights Clinic, they understand that your health is your wealth. Get in touch with them to determine which service is the right choice for you. Visit them at any one of their 3 locations: at 13 Montague Avenue, Twin City, at 41 Ramsaran Street, Shoguanas, or give them a call at 640-8985 or 613-7571, or send them a WhatsApp to 493-9196. Eden Heights Clinic is your right choice.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Master Ganesh Bhargav offers powerful guidance for all kinds of life problems, doubts, confusion, protection needs, and clarity. His astrology practice comes from a powerful ancestral tribal lineage with over 500 years of astrological and spiritual practice. Bhargavji does not dominate or pressure clients. Instead, he focuses on fixing problems with care and balance. His reunion love spells and death reversal spells are designed to restore harmony and provide lifetime protection. This is not individual effort alone, but collective spiritual power working for you. Many clients notice strong positive changes within a few sessions. Call +1 868 347 2350.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn, people. As we return, before I mention that news, let me get back to some of the things that we have on the agenda this morning. There was a video that I sent you all, boy, before we get back to the phone lines. The accident by Megastore yesterday. Yeah, let put up that footage now. We only know audio. Because we had the accident when the van crossed the median, and now we had this one by Megastore yesterday. Watch the vehicle in the white car. Watch the white car. And you'll see a van coming up. That van man, he could not be paying attention. He had to be on the phone or something. Right. Everybody stopped there, and he still, so he didn't, he had to be on the phone. What do you think? He had to be on the phone. But somebody stopped suddenly in front of them, eh? I'm trying to figure out what they stopped for, what his slam brakes was for. Nobody even cut across in the lane. That is what? Yeah, that car turn over, you know. But they're on the side, you know. Now, but that van man wasn't paying attention. He had to be on the phone. Because the distance he was from that vehicle, he could have more than... Watch how far he is. When that car come down, stop, where? They come down, stop right there. Where that police? Is that police? I didn't notice the left hand side, you know, I was watching the right. Oh, see the police around. Right. Wow. People, let me tell you something. You see that road? I don't know what's going on with all you on that road, you know. But when the woman come and raise the fines, all they wanted to be vexed. Look at what's going on. Look at how much accidents they had over the weekend, this last weekend. Fellas. Is that, yeah, over the weekend. In one day, it had about 4. And we'll continue this week, and we're going into another long weekend. Only be careful on the road now, please. Please be careful on the road. Only pay attention. Plug yourself into the road. I used to tell people that you have to plug yourself into the road, you know. You have to plug yourself, boy. Anyway, last night, I think it was by Usain Pond. Is Usain Pond, boy? That's now, eh? Somebody asked me for clarity on a scene here. I don't know what scene is this. I'm going to take in that scene during next break. Yeah, Usain Pond. Up by the golf course there. There was a high-speed chase between the police and a white Subaru by the golf course. Run the footage now. I want them to hear the shots. Me audio edited, right? Run thing. This was by the golf course, by Usain Pond. Go ahead.
Watch. Go ahead. Watch.
Yeah, so it had some, that footage was sent to us, yeah. Right. Nice. Right. Now I know you can't see much, but whoever recorded it, it had a chase, and they were recording, and you could hear the shots being fired, and the officers are saying, do not move, and then they hear 2 shots fire again, and then do not move again, and another shot fire at the end. So you hear about 3 or 4 shots ring out. So I would suspect that sometime during the course of the day, you might get a story in the news on this situation here. Look out for that. Former President Anthony Carmona, he spoke to the media yesterday about the situation that took place down by him. Now, Anthony Carmona, by the way, is a huge fan of the program. I'm very sure he's watching the program this morning. And, you know what I mean, he's a fella I respect. I'll tell you why I respect that, brother. When my father died, that man was in Faizabad the day of my father's funeral. And fly up the road from Faizabad to come to the funeral. Yes, he had a function that he had to attend in Faizabad, and he know the funeral was for a certain time, and he came to the cemetery. He didn't make it to the church because the function that he had in Faizabad was in the morning period or around those hours. And he didn't want to come up the road, you know, because he never knew my father. But just by watching the program and hearing how he's a turban old man, he said, "Nah, but I go to a man's funeral." And he fly up the road and he come to the funeral. So I thank him for that. And that's the things that does define who people are. That's why there's no genuine people. You understand? But Run, what he said here about this situation taking place down in I think the Separia, where he has a property down there, and it keeps getting people keep stealing and vandalism and all kind of thing. Ronetta.
Electrocuted. In fact, I imagine had they cut the cable, they would have been electrocuted. In fact, I imagine I was so concerned about they not recognizing that I had put up a sign, "Please do not cut," because there is live electricity. So I was trying to save the thief from himself, you know. They also attempted to cut down the TNTech pole itself because they wanted to get at the wire up at the top there. I have been the subject of at least 5 break-ins, you know, and yes, now, to the layman it doesn't mean much, but the ATS is something that is well known by certified electricians. That little box with all the instruments inside of it, that costs about $10,000 to $15,000. So again, a spranger would not be after that because there is no copper. There's no copper there. It has to be someone who is certified, who knows the value of that electrical item. You know. So what I suggest is that there is a well-oiled conspiracy taking place in the area, because I am not the only one who have been the recipient of predial larceny and also electrical and invasion and home invasion, because they have broke into my house about 4 or 5 times. They used, in fact, a pig, a pigfoot, and they've also seemed to have used, in fact, a hammer or something to put up, and they have used portable grinders also. You know, they come well armed and well prepared. The thing is, in fact, I have a caretaker here on the property, and they generally time when he goes home for a short period of time, and during that time sometimes they attack the property. What is interesting is that in the back of here is a place called Dacentris, and they have actually, it's about 800 meters away, and they have organized, cut a track that leads from my house straight to Dacentris. So they're well organized. Because the bottom line is that there are 2 areas of major concern, 3 areas really. There is Dacentris, there is in fact Pear Avenue, and then there is Happy Hill. Now in all those areas have very decent people, but there are pockets of criminality operating there, and the people, the decent, law-abiding people, are afraid of them. Had they cut the cable, they would have been electrocuted.
Yep. Now that last part, what he said there, that is the story of Trinidad and Tobago. That we have law-abiding citizens existing in communities where there are pockets of criminals, and they are afraid of those criminals. And that's the whole thing. Everything is driven by fear. So, like I said to Govaro, and the government of Trinidad and Tobago through the Homeland Security Minister, who I hope is watching the program this morning, and the Defense Minister, Wayne Sturge, you have to start injecting fear. You understand? And I keep saying it, put together a bad man police squad. That never fails. Never fails. All right? On the issue, just on what Gary Griffith put out, on what one of the callers mentioned, as it relates to, just before I go to the phone lines, the overtime thing now with the pool nurses. He put out a statement on Sunday. He said the recent revelation by Dr. Tim Gopi Singh regarding excessive overtime claims within the nursing sector is a matter that must be taken seriously. At the same time, it is important to acknowledge that nurses, as with many frontline public servants, operate under extremely demanding conditions, often working long hours and responding to overtime requirements to sustain essential services. Their contribution must never be diminished by the actions of a few, and I totally agree with that. If the claims made by Dr. Gopi Singh are indeed accurate, this element of corruption is not isolated only to those who make the claim, but involves those who approve it, knowing very well that their claims are not valid. But those who sign giving the approval and confirmation get a percentage into this activity. That is what I just mentioned. And that is real. He said, in my tenure as Commissioner of Police, I discovered one of the biggest corruption schemes involving a few hundred police officers in certain stations, claiming over $80,000 a month in overtime, and it being signed off by those senior to them. This equated to officers claiming that they were working over 20 hours a day, 30 days a month, to acquire over $80,000 per month, which is impossible. But those senior to them approved and confirmed these false claims, meaning that they too were part of this scheme. By me putting a cap on each station and monitoring the claims, it reduced overtime corruption in the TTPS by over $100 million annually. I want you to understand what kind of money we're talking about here. Right? Allowing me to acquire body cameras, pepper spray, tasers, acquire more vehicles, establishing a police main branch, social media monitoring and gender-based violence unit, GPS tracking on vehicles, etc., etc., etc. The point is, when you cut out that level of corruption, you can now take that money, right? And you see the same nurses that coming out of COSTAT that one of the callers spoke about, all of those nurses that coming out, now you have found the money to fill the gap, because now you could absorb them into the system because you cut out the corruption, and the money that was being that was within that corruption circle servicing a few people will now go to many people coming into the system. When you cut out corruption, you increase your financial resources to fill the gaps that are needed to be filled. Whether it is gaps in other forms of nursing, absorbing more people into the system, it could go to beds, medical supplies, all kind of different things. And when you do that now, and that money is going in the right quarters, in the right places, then people get value for money. This is what it is about. And I don't know, for the love of God, why some people just can't understand that. But before, as I go back to the phone line here, I want to big up, the best little secret in gourmet baking, croissant crumble. Yes, remember the cupcakes, fellas, that we get for Christmas? Croissant crumble. They sent me the hot cross buns. We get the hot cross, the tank here does melt in your mouth. They know. When you eat our cupcake, you're not a chew, you know. The cupcake will just melt. I'm telling you. And tasty. That's not. Let me take out our bun now. Let me take out our bun now. Before I go to the phone line here. That's now. Oh God, the texture. The texture on point already, fellas. The texture is on point. Look at that. Oh gosh. Cross and crumble. Oh gosh, boy. Make you happy, you won't grumble. What about cross bun? What? Do you want a hot cross bun? Gonna drop it for me, then drop it for all you know. You what? Good morning, caller.
Stefan.
Morning.
I'd let you know.
Can
I
you
have not
text
had
her?
breakfast yet. And you eating this bun here on TV is not right. But anyway, on another note, the guy driving the van, clearly he was probably preoccupied on the phone. There is no way he couldn't see that car in front of him slowing down. The policeman on the side, you saw him on the bike, well, he would be the first on the scene. But if that man either was on the phone or something, all these accidents happening, I remember calling this program and telling you the fines should be raised. They should raise the fines because when the fines were raised, people were taking their time, right? They were taking their time. And another thing too, everybody clamoring and whatever, they want money and whatever. Everybody wants money, but the thing is, has anybody seen the yam seeds? I haven't heard anybody clamor for the yam seeds here. Anybody want yam seeds? I never knew yam had a seed there. I learned this. But I don't even know up to this day if it's true, if the yams really grow from a seed. You can let us know when you see the yam seeds. Okay,
Well,
bye.
we'll definitely let you know. All right. Or don't you take one? There's 6 of them, 2 each. Morning.
Morning, Stefan. Man on the ground here, right?
Yeah, man on the ground.
Stefan, I don't think that man was on the phone, but that man looked like he was rapping a weed, boy. If he was on the phone, you say glance at me. It's a weed that man rapping, right? Stefan, on another note, boy, this accident will take place on Monnier Road. How come we are hearing nothing about the driver with the van that crossed the media, boy? We're not hearing that man at all.
Well, I need no follow-up.
The next one.
Yeah, I haven't heard any follow-up to the investigation. I didn't get any news on the investigation. Maybe we'll get something by weekend.
Well, I hoping so. And for the nurses and them, I remember a time when they had this kind of protest they was doing, by they bring us to Colombian nurses and they had them walking into the general hospital and things. I feel like there was some attack because by the end of the day, it's looking like something political planned by. Because, I mean, they does have the offer, you can't be staying every time. Look, I have some family working in the hospital in Sando. And you know what I'm using for hot water? A kettle, and them taking a kettle and hot in water to wipe out the patient. And them say, Israeli antics in the hospital. And this is a long weekend. Well, it be safe out there, all drivers, not only drivers alone.
Yeah, man.
Look out, if you're going anywhere, close up your home, make sure you have some kind of security thing to notify in case of something happening. Stefan, you need to be careful with chef, boy. You see where you eating that buns this morning. Next thing you get nothing on that man next thing. You're bigging up that buns. You remember you big up chef, eh?
Yeah. No, chef is my boy, you know. But I'm telling all you. All right, thanks. I'm telling all you. Croissant crumble is the best kept secret. If all it tastes that cheesecake, all your ball. You ever put a piece of cheesecake in your mouth? Right? And you feel to cry, boy? You feel to cry because, no, I'm telling you, boy, you just get emotional, boy. Let me tell you something. Tears of joy, yeah? You feel to cry, boy, because when anything hits your mouth, the flavor, the texture, the everything, you're crying because you know it's gone and done. It's only one slice you order. That's why you're crying. I'm telling all you, boy, croissant crumble. Don't talk about the brownies. Cheese and natures, eh? That's some brownies there, brother. You feel the cupcake that's melting in your mouth? Jesus, dangerous. Yeah, what I tell you. Taste them brownies, boy. I'm telling you, you know. Morning.
Morning, Stefan.
Morning, my brother. Go ahead.
Yesterday, there were a bandit got shot in Arangwes. In an attempted robbery. He was shot by a FUL holder. You have anything on that?
No. I'm now hearing about that. It's in El Socorro or Arangwes?
Arangwes.
It's Arangwes. He's saying Arangwes, eh?
Yeah.
All right, I'll check the director and see if you have anything coming across his feed on that. But I didn't hear anything about it.
Yeah, it could not, I thought you might have something.
Oh, no.
But these are the things we want to hear when bandits get shot by FUL holders. We don't want to hear when people get robbed and the house get breaking and things. There's the positive side of it. The bandits,
right.
They get rid of the bandits.
All right, no problem.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, man. Fellas have only 2 here. You can come for the 2, you know. Morning. You can come for the 2, you know.
Yeah, morning.
Quite telling all that go eat all 3, you know. Morning, caller, you go ahead.
Yeah, morning. I suspect, I could be wrong, but I suspect the flyover. You see, when people crossing in the nose hole of a flyover, these things is possible, these things would happen. Now, the police had nothing to do with the accident. The police was on the shoulder. He was way beyond the shoulder of the highway. And the accident occurred a few feet in front of him. But when people crossing further up, they should have some law that no pedestrians ought to be on a highway.
No, but that is a charge. No, but caller.
But they ain't charging nobody. Nobody for it.
We don't enforce it, but that is a charge. Jaywalking is a charge.
So jaywalking is a charge on any roadway, but they're not supposed to have pedestrians on your highway. That's supposed to be out, right? Another thing I would like you to ask Greenwich, because a police officer lost his life. He was thrown from a vehicle.
Yes.
And it was because he didn't have on a seatbelt, right?
Right.
Now I am observing the younger police officers. They go in, seatbelt. They come out, seatbelt. In, out, seatbelt. The younger police officer. So because you have an exemption, and the exemption provide for you to lose your life, and the police is getting $1 million for losing their life in the course of their duties. And I would like to ask if that comes out of the public purse or if there's an insurance set up for that kind of thing.
All right, I'll find out from him. But he'll be on the program next week, yeah. I'll find out from him, though. Hello, good morning. Them fellas and them come and kidnap the thing, you know. Morning.
Morning, Stefan.
Fluffy and nice, you know. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Stefan, corruption. Which is the government department in Trinidad and Tobago that you know, and the people of Trinidad and Tobago itself know that there is no corruption? Huh?
None.
That's been running from that. Yes. That has been running for years. Corruption. This now is the only government who has tackled the health department, which was corruption for the last 40 years, in that kind of form.
Right.
And nobody wasn't doing nothing, and we wasn't getting no kind of well service because they wasn't across it. But my problem is, Stefan, why it is they don't want to set a true example to pull up for the people to pull up this up? Why? It's only digging up corruption, and nobody ain't getting hold, and it's just running. Anytime you see a stamp they put and they put a price on every single problem like this, corruption and killing, shooting, ammunition and everything, price on that, it will stop, Stefan. Have a nice day.
All right, no problem. All right, we got to go to the break. We got Dr. Watson coming up. So let me get to that. But listen, like I said, be careful on the roads. We know it's a long weekend we're going into. We know people are going to be jollificated, as Pitt likes to say, jollificated and so on and so forth. So just within reason And remember, be responsible, all right? Remember, when you're on the road, you are not driving for yourself, you're driving for everybody else. All right? On the nurses issue, man, we're going to see where that goes. I see that Dr. Tim Gopi Singh and members of the NCRHA are very mum right now. They're allowing them to make the noise. And they have taken because, and the reason why I say that is in the article with the new nurses, they said they tried to get onto them, but they did not get them. I would imagine it's because they probably absorbing these new nurses into the system, and they have a lot going on there. But I am trying to get Dr. Gopi Singh on soon. As soon as he is available, we'll have him on the program. I would prefer to get him in person, but you know, I doubt he'll do Zoom. He'll probably do it in person, and we'll get the full story, or we will attempt to get the full story, or we will get into that audited report and find out everything. All right, whatever we do not understand, I would imagine he's going to be able to explain it, because he's a man in the medical fraternity for years upon years upon years. He's the best gynecologist in the Caribbean by a mile. So the man has his track record. All right, so we'll see if we can get him in studio. But we got to take the break. When we come back from the break, we will get to Dr. Watson. We have a very interesting topic with Watson this morning. And remember, people, please go and get registered on Run Stefan Run, TrinbagoEvents.com. Run Stefan Run is coming up April 26th. We only have about 200 spaces left. Well, I had to check today, it could be less. Right? Only about 200 spaces less, and then we're locking it off. All right? And we have our people working on all kind of different things as it relates to this run. So remember, we're coming out, most importantly, we're giving part of the proceeds to the Autistic Society of Trinidad and Tobago. I want all of you to remember that in the back of your head. That is why I do the ad that I did, to remind people, it's not about where gain. Everybody seems to be consumed with what they get in. We're gain for that 200, boy, we're gain. Right? It didn't start off like that. Other promoters might be spoiling people, but we didn't start off like that. We started off because we wanted to raise funds for specific charities to help them, to help the needy, and that is what it is about. Now, it has come at a cost because of all these little things that you have to put in place. But I never raise the price. We keep it at $200. You're getting a t-shirt. I understand other 5Ks, people just had to buy the t-shirt, you know. You don't get no t-shirt free, you know. They just had to buy that, you know. Right? They get a customized medal and, you know, all little promotions and everything. Look, we try to make it as good a morning as possible. I think we've done a hell of a job in the years that we've existed, and I look forward to this. And the other part of this is the athletes. We're trying to get youths into more sports. Right? When I started this, it did not have money in it. They was given athletes $1,000 and $800. You understand? That women was getting, you know. Seattle College had a 5K the other day. All of a sudden, they raised the price to $5,000. Big up, and a big only up for that. So people seem to be raising the game, right? They did first, second, and third. I am doing 1 to 10. I'm doing the top 10, right? I am hoping that the Minister of Sport can attend because there is something I want to put forward to him as it relates to our runners and sponsorship and so on and so forth. But that's a discussion for on the day with the Minister of Sport once you have the time to show up, right? But I'm just saying, we did this to encourage young people into getting into our sport, and we also do this to raise funds for our specific charity. This year, it is children living with autism through the Autistic Society of Trinidad and Tobago. So come out, support. If you have not registered yet, please do so today, TrinbagoEvents.com. You can also go and pay cash to register at all sports and games nationwide. So make your way down to our sports and games today and get yourself registered. You will get a promo code. It has all the instructions. Just follow the instructions and everything's gonna be all right. Nice. And if you need further assistance, you can call the numbers on the screen, 345-3380 or 482-5531. We'll be back with Dr. Watson after this. Stay tuned. Cross and crumble, eyeline. It's fluffy. Hello? Stefan Reach Productions? Yes, run Stefan Run registration, $200. What are you getting? Listen, people, we know that a lot of 5Ks these days make it about what you're getting. But at Stefan Reach Productions, we focus on what we are giving. This year, we are dealing with children living with autism through the Autistic Society of Trinidad and Tobago. We give to the athletes with the largest prize structure of any 5K in Trinidad and Tobago, from $5,000 first place to $500 10th place. What do we give? You get a t-shirt, you get your customized medal, and of course you do get a complimentary breakfast, along with all of the other promotions going on that morning, including your bread. Yeah, you're getting your bread. So I will see you at Run Stefan Run Sunday, April 26, 6 a.m. at QRC. Go get registered right now. You can register online at trinbagoevents.com, or if you prefer to pay cash, you can go to sports and games outlets nationwide and get registered today. If you have any problems, call 345-3380 or 482-5531. And remember, sometimes the best way to get is to give. See you at Run Stefan Run.
Let the rhythm inspire you at the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival 2026. Pure Jazz. Tuesday, May 5th, Grammy-winning Esperanza Spalding. Then on Thursday, May 7th, Branford Marcellus Quartet. May 6th, Kingdom Night, Gospel Powerhouse Thai Trebet. Ada AE. Then feel the rhythm at Caribbean Fusion. Friday, May 8th, featuring the original Wailers with Al Anderson. Skip Marley, Cast the Band. Imran Nerdy, Dexter Daps. World Beats, Saturday, May 9th, Afrobeat sensation Thames. Princess Lover, X-Man, Lou City, October 4, and Ella May. The Ultimate Celebration, Sunday, May 10th, featuring the legendary Billy Ocean. Beverly Knight, Mervyn Wilkinson, R&B icons Brandy and Monica. Online tickets available at stluciajazzandartsfestival.com.
Earlier, you see this Lord Kitchener legacy? Get your tickets now.
On Saturday, April 18th, which is the 104th birthday of Lord Kitchener, come be a part of the Lord Kitchener legacy at Napa. A musical extravaganza celebrating the works of his Grand Master with proteges like Chuck Gordon, Terry Lyons, Gypsy, Pink Panther, Anselm Douglas, Young Brother, College Boy Jesse, and a chip off the old block himself, Colonel Roberts. Special guest appearances by the Lydian Singers and Super Podman Dane Gulston.
Backing band, the renowned Vince Rivers and the Soca Unit.
MC Alan the Entertainer. One show only. Saturday, April 18th. Napa. Showtime 6 p.m. Tickets $300 and $250. With a limited amount of early bird tickets now on sale at $15 less. When it done, it done.
Available at islandetickets.com. Crosby's, Gag Electrical, opposite Starlight, Diego Martin Main Road, Jumbo Foods Barataria, All Kenny Sports, Western Union, Tuna Buna, All Extra Foods, Supermarket, Anthony's by the Park, Palini Drugs, San Fernando. For more info, call 491-1802. The Lord Kitchener's Legacy.
Do share in 1 year.
Lent is here, and the castle is making fasting easy and tasty. With a fresh catch, seasoned local style, and cooked to golden perfection. Try the fish meal, the fish combo, the fish sandwich combo. Want more fish? Well, the Royal Fish Meal is for you. Or maybe you just want our famous fish sandwich. The delicious Lenten specials are hot and waiting for you at your nearest royal castle.
Welcome to Antigua Mars. Them people have no behavior. They have no behavior. Welcome to Antigua Mars. Clear out how you know it's danger. How you know it's danger. When it comes to Mars, in my dad layer, we turn up.
Ostomy care is a unique and intimate condition that can seem challenging for individuals afflicted by it. At Better Life Ostomy Care, they understand and offer a wide range of products and services that will allow ostomates to lead a better life, from colostomy and urostomy pouches, paste and powders, antibacterial wipes, Brava strips, deodorants, gloves, gauze, bed liners, and much, much more. They also have RNK available for ostomy home care with affordable starter packages. No need to look for nurse or supply. Everything is just a phone call away. Better Life Ostomy Care is located at number 4 Mosque Street, Caroni. You can call them at 308-6709 or 472-5878 or visit their website at www.betterlifeostomycareTT.com to find out more about their offerings. You can also write to them at betterlifeostomycareTT@gmail.com or find them on Facebook. Better Life Ostomy Care, servicing ostomates with a better quality of life.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Are you living with pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes? Manage it with the unique Jameson 100% complete multivitamin with 400 micrograms of chromium to lower blood glucose, lutein for your eyes, B vitamins for energy, vitamin C, and lycopene for antioxidant support. Take a step towards a healthier tomorrow and make the proactive switch to Jameson today.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canoopia. Chic Leisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Introducing the new Sun Mix Nut Bar. Available in 3 delicious flavors: granola raisin nut, almond cranberry crunch, and coconut almond crisp. All packed on a rich bed of dark chocolate.
Taste the good life, snack right. Taste the good life anytime. The good life. Sun Mix.
Sunshine Snacks Sun Mix Nut Bar. Taste the good life.
Eden Heights Clinic is one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. They offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, live blood analysis, halotherapy, limb backing, nutritional programs, colon hydrotherapy, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. Their professional doctors, Drs. Carlos Navarro, Bronwyn Navarro, and Brian Thompson, provide consultation services in areas of diabetes, detox programs, arthritis, sports injuries, heart disease, high blood pressure, persons suffering with knee, shoulder, and back pain. At Eden Heights Clinic, they understand that your health is your wealth. Get in touch with them to determine which service is the right choice for you. Visit them at any one of their 3 locations at 13 Montague Avenue, Twin City, at 41 Ramsaran Street, Shoguanas, or give them a call at 640-8985 or 613-7571, or send them a WhatsApp to 493-9196. Eden Heights Clinic is your right choice.
Feeling distance in your relationship or sensing someone interfering between you and your partner? Connect with Pandit Anirudh, known for powerful and result-oriented love solutions. His effective love spells have helped many reunite with lost partners. If you face family conflict, marriage issues, negativity, or financial stress, his strong mantras bring quick relief. Know what lies ahead in your love life and future through powerful astrology readings. Many lives have changed. Now it's your turn. Contact +1 868 278 0399.
All right, so we're back. We were just having a little license talk here in the studio. Now we're 8 o'clock. We got Dr. Watson with us for the next 10 minutes. And then, of course, we move to wrapping up the show for the week. And we will see you next week, Tuesday. Setwayo aboard, of course, will kick off the week. But we got Dr. Watson via Zoom. So we're going to bring her in. And I understand the theme here, or the conversation, I like how you term it, fat, fabulous, and over 40. So I think that falls into all of my categories. So let's go. Let me go. Let me find out about being fat and fabulous here and over 40. Because I'm coming close to 50 here. So, but I go take 40, over 40.
All right, over 40. So the first thing we want to talk about is, hold on, I think my camera, y'all see me midway? All right.
Yes,
good.
we've seen you perfect.
The first thing we want to talk about is why is it that we put on weight when we cross 40? And this is especially women. So one of the first things is that you naturally start to decrease the amount of estrogen in your body.
Right.
And with a loss of estrogen comes a loss of muscle mass. So when you find it cross 40, you start to look jiggly and different, especially belly fat. Women that had flat stomachs now have this big belly that's starting from under the diaphragm rather than lower down where it would probably have started in their youth.
Right.
And this decrease in estrogen causes a different type of distribution of fat tissue. So before it used to be more evenly distributed, and now with loss of estrogen going into your perimenopause, and this is, I'm going to tell you, midlife and weight gain is between like 40 and 65. That is the age group we're talking about.
Wow.
So losing your estrogen, you're gaining a sort of fat on the belly, you're getting loss of muscle mass. And with loss of muscle mass, Stefan, comes a decreased metabolic rate. And that is the part that we want to top up on this. So ladies and even gentlemen, if you're crossing into this age group, beware, you're going to start losing muscle mass. And with that, there is no exception to the rule. Unless you have some great genetically blessed person, there's no exception to the rule. You are going to put on weight. And you're probably going to put a lot of weight on in the midsection. And that's what we're going to focus on in terms of having excess belly fat.
Well, I hope you have a solution for this, you know. I went to the doctor yesterday, you know. I went to the doctor yesterday. My first checkup in 28 years. And I tell you, I hope you have a solution for this, you know. Because the doctor told me it was part of my problem, though. And I don't know if you're going to mention this, but I did explain to the doc, because she asked me about my diet and everything, and I say, I gave her the diet, and she said, but you're not on a bad diet. And then she asked me one question. Now, she mentioned stress, right? That stress does affect this part. So she said something, you got to be stressing out your body. And then she asked me the question that I know would have been the killer. She said, how much sleep you get? I said, about 3 hours to 4 hours sleep. And she said, well, that's a big part of your problem right there. Is your sleep. You need to get more sleep.
I am getting right into that now, Stefan.
Okay.
So, listen, so now you're in your perimenopause and menopause, and with men, You go through your own decline with your metabolic rate as well. And so this pertains, yes, even though this is more centered towards women, this discussion, it applies for men as well.
Right.
And what they found is women that have a lot of symptoms in menopause, such as the hot flushes, the night sweats. But here what? The interrupted sleep. It wasn't so much the amount of hours you got, it was more how interrupted your sleep was.
Right.
Determined on how big your belly was getting, how much fat you're putting on, and how big your waist circumference was. So these are studies that I read through in the last few days because I really wanted to touch on this topic to show you all the big things that, yes, weight gain can cause. A lot of people just see it as, oh my gosh, I feel sad, depressed, I don't fit in my clothes. But they have bigger problems behind the scenes of putting on all this weight, especially in the belly. And they say that if you're not sleeping well and you're interrupted with your sleep, you are going to put on weight, especially if you're a woman and getting not just interrupted sleep, but having hot sweats nighttime hot flushes. This actually predisposes you to even more weight gain. I have a little slide here so I don't forget. What else do you get when you put on a set of fat on the belly? You get something called metabolic syndrome, where you get insulin resistance.
Right.
That means body is not sensitive to when you put food and sugars in your body. It's not sensitive to release the insulin that is needed to control your sugars, and hence, darling, diabetes. Pre-diabetes and diabetes. The other thing, high blood pressure. As you lose a set of estrogen, you're losing muscle mass, you're gaining fat in the tummy, your blood pressure also goes up. And with increased risk of high blood pressure and diabetes, what do you think this comes with that, Stefan?
Increased risk of diabetes and
high blood pressure as you get into your 40 to 65 age range. What we worry about is heart attack and stroke.
Heart attack and stroke, yeah.
So women, especially around this age, you'll find that this age group, you will see women having a higher incidence than men of heart attacks and strokes.
Serious?
And this is, yes, this age group, like in the 50s and the 60s, women have a higher risk. And because women present differently to men, they don't just get chest pain on the left side, they get kind of weird symptoms. They are more at risk for cardiovascular disease because of the decreased metabolism, the decreased estrogen, decreased muscle mass. And I'll go a little bit more detail with this muscle mass. It's not just simple when you start to lose a certain muscle mass, estrogen will usually help to maintain it. But now that you are reducing muscle mass, there's nothing stopping muscle degradation, muscle loss and wasting. And this is how the whole thing starts to cycle. So Stefan, you know what we have to do other than just sleep and get better sleep? We also have to try and exercise with weights. I'll get to that in a moment.
Weights?
I'll go now. Yeah, we're going into that.
Explain all this running and thing and skipping I doing and riding a bike and all kind of thing.
No. You doing cardio. Cardio nice. You could do cardio 2-3 times in the week. But your main focus now is switching from just cardio to lifting weights and lifting heavy weights, Stefan. Meaning, like right now I lift about 20 to 25 pounds. That's just on my upper body because I don't go gym. I just do it home. But every time I find the 20 pound feeling light, you have to go up. And you have to keep giving your muscle that sort of, challenge. So you're supposed to pump more, you're supposed to pump as high as your muscles can cope. And that's how you maintain your muscle mass, as well as eating, of course, a high protein diet as you get older.
Okay.
So the older you get, stop eating just grass and salad, and you must incorporate your salads with protein. You must incorporate your foods with more protein. But we are done there yet, eh?
Oh gosh.
Not only you getting fat, not only you have big belly, not only at risk for high blood pressure, diabetes, stroke, heart attack, but there are cancers that are associated with increased weight gain. And those cancers are like breast cancer, endometrial cancer, ovarian cancers, colorectal cancers, pancreatic cancers. Oh guys, well, this thing, but by the time I finish reading these set of articles, I say, but what the hell is this? What is we doing living after 40? So So, Stefan, when your doctor tell you yesterday that you have to do exercise and eat right, yes, that's part of it. But we need to know how we're going to exercise and how we're going to eat properly.
Right.
So, Stefan, we now going into the other things you can get by putting on weight. What do you think you get? When you put on a set of weight, you put pressure on your knees and your ankles. So what you get?
Yeah, because I get pain, I get shin splint and all kind of thing.
Yes, so they get arthritis now because you're putting more pressure on your knees, pressure on your ankles. But then you wonder, why is I getting pain in other joints that I don't put weight on, like my hands and my feet? But one big thing there is that when it is that you, when you have plenty fat tissue, it releases an inflammatory marker called cytokines. And that does actually cause your joint fluid, in between your joints have this fluid called synovial fluid that causes that fluid to inflame. So that is why you just get pain all over the place. Knees, ankles, joints in your hands. So yes, weight bearing.
Especially my feet.
Yes, but the feet is a little different too. Yes, that happens as well with release of this inflammatory marker. But remember, you are also getting heavier. So I remember you in St. George's, right? So you were very petite structure. I was never petite, so you're done. So I don't have my excuses. I was never so.
Right.
But you were petite, so maybe your bones are trying to carry a belly now that it can't really get the load on it. It's too much load on it.
Right.
And therefore your pressures on your hips, your knees, and your ankles. But your rest of your joints is because of the increase in these inflammatory markers that are released from fat tissue. So you see how much things so far fat could cause, right? It can cause memory loss. They say man and woman that get fat, they get memory loss and brain fog. You see, so this is why we're fabulous, fat, fabulous, and over 40 stuff. And you're overweight, you also have increased risk of urinary symptoms, meaning leakage, meaning dribbling after you pass urine, urgency. You can't hold up, you sneeze, cough, laugh, and that is the end of you pee yourself. So all of these things are contributed to increased weight when we reach into our midlife between 40 and 65. If you see me bending down, so it's because I don't want to forget nothing. And for women now, we have some sort of help. There is hormone replacement therapy that studies have shown helps with decreasing all their night sweats, improving their sleep, helping regulate their weight, and by doing so, decrease all the different things that I just spoke about that you will be at higher risk to get. So lifestyle stuff, and this is all about lifestyle. So now your doctor telling you exercise and eat well. But Stefan, for you, lifting weights, buy your weights in a sports store if you don't like gym. But in the gym, you can get all your different weights, and then you can follow little programs on YouTube for free while you're in the gym and starting to get a feel of weights. And then as you build yourself up and you feel more comfortable with weights, you get yourself probably a personal trainer, or you just ask somebody in the gym who's looking well, ripped and looking good, and you say, listen, tell me what exercises I should be doing to help to gain muscle mass.
Right.
So that's what you have to do. Protein in your diet, exercise, and for ladies, if this is a big, big problem in your life, come and seek help, and let's talk about hormone replacement therapy. Any questions for me, Stefan?
Well, yesterday I went and interestingly enough, my weight was, all in how much I weigh now? Fellas? How much? No, not 300. Oh God, don't do me that now. But the last time I took my weight, now let me tell you, back in 2016, I was 206. Okay. Started with a personal trainer. Bring me down to 170.
Right.
170 was too small for me, right? And that's the next thing too. Somehow or the other, when I got down to 170 and to me, like I always see, when you look in the mirror, like you always see you have a belly.
Yeah.
Like you don't ever see your stomach flat. Except when you look back, except if you take a picture, and when you take the picture now, you ain't seeing no belly. But when you're watching yourself in the mirror, you're seeing like But wait now, but when I go lose this
That's
weight, boy,
mind.
it's in mind, right? So I learned that.
If it is that you're accustomed having heavy, if you're heavy set all your life, like I'll tell you, for instance, I've always been, as what they call slim thick, me, I know what it's called now, but because of that, I always visualize myself as being this kind of size. So I automatically go for the bigger size clothing, etc.
Right.
And then when you should go less. It's kind of like doubt yourself, and in the end you put it on, you say, hey, this fit in.
Right.
That's just fine. Because I will tell anybody that 5 million people will watch a picture today and say, oh God, look how fat I'm looking. But watch that picture 10 years ago now, 10 years later now. Right. They watch that same picture and say, oh, look how good I was looking
Exactly. Exactly. No, but I could now see why people, especially women, when they go on a diet to lose weight, sometimes they lose the weight, and you tell them, hey, you're looking good, and they're telling you, nah, boy, I'm feeling fat. And you're like, what are we talking about? And then they keep getting smaller. They want to get smaller and smaller and smaller. I can see why, because when you're looking, your eyes deceiving you. So when you listen to what people tell you at times, you start listening because you don't see it.
You also have to have self-confidence, Stefan. Wherever size you are, whatever shape, as long as you're doing what you should do. So let's say, Stefan, you are exercising, you're lifting your weights, eating properly. If we're fat, fabulous, and over 40, Stefan, we just have to rock what we have and be content with it. Right? So I'm going to strut around with my fat, fabulous, and over 40 self. And because I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. And if this is what my body end up looking like, if this is what it is, then so be it. But you have to take it in, be confident in your skin, and that will also help you with your anxiety and your depression. And do things that make you happy, Stefan. Yes, we have to exercise and eat properly and all these different things, but do things. Don't say no when friends call you to go out. Go out, mingle, socialize, do things, go to the beach, get some sun. All of these things will help with your sleep, will help with feeling better, happier, and also help you in this fight with weight gain.
And the other thing too, right, that the doctor told me, because when I took the weight yesterday, I was 226. That's the heaviest I've ever been. So she said, well, listen, don't go crazy that it's 226, because it could be muscle. You could have put on muscle, and muscle weighs more than fat. So,
yes, it does.
Right? So she was explaining to me, if you've been exercising, and you've been doing little weights and whatever, yes, you might have the belly, but that could be out of stress because you're not getting enough sleep. And what you could have put on is muscle, because your belly is the same size. But you have no fat nowhere else. So she was explaining that to me.
Heavier than fat. But Stefan, if it is that you could possibly, because you've done it before, so what you should be doing is focusing more on increasing your metabolic rate. And believe you me, weightlifting does that.
Okay.
So people think they'll get bulky and all kind of thing. No, weightlifting increases your muscle mass and therefore increases your metabolism. It's the best way to increase your metabolic rate. So that, along with doing your along with doing your eating healthy, etc., you're lifting your weights as your main way of increasing your metabolism. And let me tell you about men. I could exercise for 20 years, and all you have to do is stop drinking sugar and run on the savannah twice and lift 2 pound weight, and you go lose all the weight, and I go still be suffering like this. So if you focus your mind in the next 2-3 months, that 26 pounds will go. But do it healthier, exercise, lift your weights, eat more protein, and do things, including try to get a little bit more uninterrupted sleep. And that 26 pounds will go away, I'm telling you, I guarantee you.
And before we wrap up here and we run out of time, you keep mentioning protein, right? Mm-hmm. Now, fiber, right? Mm-hmm. I know that fiber is needed in a diet, but there is something like too much fiber. Too much fiber could put you in problems, right?
Yes. What you should do, everything is a good balance. So let's say you want to eat healthier. You draw your plate. Now, usually we'll have 50% is salad and veg, 25% is protein and 25% is starches. What you should do in your starch 25% portion is you should put provisions. Provisions are high in fiber.
Okay.
So you can use a starch, but also get the fiber benefit from it, which you really won't get from white rice and pasta and things like that. So you can have 25% of your plate with starch. That is provisions, which are complex starches and increase fiber in your diet.
Okay.
Vegetables and salad will also increase fiber in your diet. But our plate needs to look a little bit different once we cross 40.
Right.
Because 25% of protein, we need to make it a little bit more. Maybe 35% of our plate should have protein. Because while we are trying to lift weights and try to maintain muscle mass, you need protein to help you bulk and get your muscles back to where they were before.
Yeah.
As close as we can get it to before.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, Doc, thanks a lot. Fat, fabulous, and over 40. All right. I enjoyed our topic. But it's something we really got to. I mean, I had to get some more sleep. I know how to get more sleep. Dr.
Yes, and if you can't get sleep, come, we will fix that too. Yeah. Don't worry, we can fix everything. All right. I just want to tell my sister happy birthday. That's my biggest sister, Tali. Happy birthday, Tali. Love and kisses at 40 miles.
All right. Cool. Well, Doc, see you a couple weeks.
Yes.
All right. Enjoy the Easter weekend.
Good. Go and join the gym. All right. Bye.
Yeah, cool. All right. So I tell you what, we out. No, not we out. No, but what she just told, what she just said, I tell you, I went to the doctor. I said, I'm going to go to the doctor, check myself out, that kind of, because I'm doing plenty, I'm doing enough cardio, right? I ride in my spin bike, you know, I walk in, I run in, I went and run the Savannah the other day, you understand? I went and do the Savannah, today's what, Thursday? I did the Savannah on, I think it was Monday, no, not Monday, last week Thursday. And I take my time, and I walk, and I just 44 minutes. And I come out earlier this week now, on Monday, and I say, boy, let me see, 44 minutes real slow. So let me pick up the tempo a little bit, right? So I now come back about 36 minutes. So I shave 8 minutes off the original time. So I know next time I go to the Savannah now, I had to shave off 5 minutes off of that 36, right? So I had to push myself a little harder. But I find out doing all of this, and I ain't going anywhere. And I keep telling them fellas, and I say, boy, I don't know what's going on. But it's really the sleep. You see that sleep factor and weights. I remember Kwesi had told me that at a time, he said, reach a point where I had to start doing weights, you know. When I was training with him, because we didn't do much weights, we used to do more cardio. But I'd reach a point, weights. I have some weights home. I'll get to that today. I'll get to them weights today. Huh? Which what? Oh, you used my weights yesterday? Oh yeah, you passed on by me? No, yeah, I have some weights, I have some weights. I'll buy some more weights too. I'll buy some heavier weights, and I'll buy a heavier weight and a lighter weight. Because there are certain exercises you'll do that you need it a little lighter. But yeah, I know how to do. I just put on the weights. I didn't do weights for a while. I was more focused on cardio. All right. So, before we get to the birthdays, we want to acknowledge the passing of one of Trinidad's biggest promoters, Glenroy Watson. All right. Now, Glenroy, it's so crazy how life is. Just earlier this week, the GM and I were talking on the phone, and he mentioned Glenroy Watson, right? With this show coming up with Taurus Riley and Luciano, right? And who's the other? And Beanie Man. I think it's Beanie Man. Beanie Man, Taurus Riley, and Luciano. I think that's three. And we were talking about him, and he was saying he had a conversation with Glenroy. And this was just earlier this week. I think this is Monday. And then boom now, last night. You have a picture of him there? I'd send it to all you. I WhatsApp it, Chris. Bob Glenroy now. Yeah. I think I forwarded it to you. Right, you have him there? Yeah, or somebody was trying to get clarification on the robbery in El Socorro, or Aranguez, as the fellow was saying. But I think it's more El Socorro. But I don't have time to really pull that information right now, because we already at 25 past. Yeah, Pop Glenroy now. And Glenroy passed away from a heart attack last night. Understand, right by Roxy there. Right? So this is Glenroy Watson. And, well, I mean, he would have been the powerhouse behind, he would have been the person behind that local promotional powerhouse. I think it was called Homegrown Entertainment, if I'm not mistaken. He was an executive producer as well, and he produced for a lot of artists as well in Trinidad and Tobago. Some of those names include Marshall Montano, Benjai, Iowa George, Doggy Slaughter. I think he would have also produced for. So he was also an executive producer as well as, you know, a promoter, one of the big promoters in Trinidad and Tobago over the years. And boy, it's just like I was talking to GM and I say, you have to realize that, you know, generation changing over. And some point in time, in about 15 years or 10 years, I am going to start to hear this one dead and that one dead, and you know who dead, and that one and this one and the other one. And it's people that you knew and you went to school with and you did business with or you work with, and that kind of thing now. But for now, I am hearing more like my father generation. So my father generation is just passing, is a whole change, and that's how life is. Generations just change, just like that. And then the next generation comes and the same thing, over and over and over and over again. So these are the things that happened. Just recently, we heard of a few people who were involved in media over the years. People that I grew up watching on television, and they passing away. You know what I mean? And that's how it is. That's the changing of the guard, if you can call it that. But condolences going out to Glenroy and his family. To Glenroy's family on their loss. And, you know what I mean? I don't know what will happen in the show now because he was promoting that show. So I don't know what's going on with that, what the status is with that. But I guess we'll find out and we'll get an update on that in time to come. But the more important thing is, of course, his passing and funeral arrangements and so on and so forth. All right? All right, so we got some birthdays and then we're out of here. I'm already at 8:28 and I have another job to go to. All right, so good morning. We would like to wish Tyler Ramnarine a happy 18th birthday blessing to him on entering adulthood, and good luck on his exams coming up. Lots of love coming from your mom and dad, Fanilla and Vidish, as also your big family of Siparia. They love you, and thanks again, Stefan. Great program. Blessings to you and your crew. So, my brother Tyler, happy birthday to you, man. Also, happy 72nd birthday to Mr. Anton Branca. We wish you a great day. We love you very much. His birthday is the 3rd of April. This is coming from your wife, children, and grandchildren. The 3rd of April is tomorrow, Good Friday. We will not be in studio, so happy birthday to you in advance. I see my boy Alpha Athletics telling me, yes, Stefan, weights. Oh gosh, I love it. And he just registered 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94. Yeah, the Alpha Athletics had 94 people coming to this run, 94 people. Lord Father. Also, good morning, Stefan. Have a peaceful Easter weekend. Sending birthday blessings to our grandson, who make us grandparents on Sunday, the 5th of April. We wish him much love, laughter, good health, and long life. Enjoy your birthday set from your grandparents, Kishore and Monica. So happy birthday going out to Seth, man. Good morning, Stefan. Please give a special birthday shout to a very special daughter, sister, mother, auntie, and friend, Carice, all right, Carice Henry. She celebrates her special day today, Thursday, the 2nd of April. May the sun shine brighter for you today and all the upcoming days. May the wind show you the right direction you should go, and may the rain wash all the pain of the past years away. Greetings from your mom, Monica, and the rest of your big family circle. Have a fantastic day, and may God bless you with many more wonderful years. All right, and that is Carice. And finally, we got what more? No, we have two more. So there's one more, yes? Good morning, Stefan. We would like to send happy birthday to my daughter, Rashida. This is coming from her mom and baby brother, Xander, and all her aunties and uncles. May God continue to bless you and protect you. Happy birthday, Rashida. And finally, sending birthday greetings to my dearest mother, Maria Ogis, who will be 80 years on the 4th of April, from her daughters Lisa, Lauren, and Leslie Ann, and her grandson Akil, Mikhail, and Andel. So happy birthday to you, Maria. Enjoy your 80th. All right, people, with that, we are out for today, and we will see you on Tuesday. Do have a very enjoyable Easter weekend. Be safe out there, on and off the road. Remember, enjoy life, enjoy yourself, spend time with your family, spend time with your friends if you choose to. I will see you guys at the Corridor in Brazil Village on the recreation ground on Sunday. And yeah, man, just enjoy the weekend. We out until Tuesday. Hello, Stefan Reese Productions. Yes, run Stefan Run registration, $200. We are getting. Listen, people, we know that a lot of 5Ks these days make it about what you're getting. But at Stefan Reach Productions, we focus on what we are giving. This year, we are dealing with children living with autism through the Autistic Society of Trinidad and Tobago. We give to the athletes with the largest prize structure of any 5K in Trinidad and Tobago, from $5,000 first place to $500 10th place. What do we give? You get a t-shirt, you get your customized medal, and of course you do get a complimentary breakfast, along with all of the other promotions going on that morning, including your bread. Yeah, you're getting your bread. So I will see you at Run Stefan Run Sunday, April 26, 6 a.m. at QRC. Go get registered right now. You can register online at trinbagoevents.com, or if you prefer to pay cash, you can go to sports and games outlets nationwide and get registered today. You have any problems, call 345-3380 or 482-5531. And remember, sometimes the best way to get is to give. See you at Run Stefan Run.
Scandal in
San Fernando, you asked that we listen. Scandal in Citrus is coming back to South at Sapper. 2 nights only. Saturday the 11th of April at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 12th at 6:30 p.m. Tickets available at K-Squared Fashions, at C3 Center and Brentwood Mall in Chaguanas, and at Fens by the Roundabout in Marabella. Box office at Sapper opens from Tuesday 7th April, 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. Scandal in Citrus is back, and we're at Sapper, San Fernando. It's a bacchanal.
Scandal in Citrus.
Eden Heights Clinic is one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. They offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, live blood analysis, halotherapy, limb backing, nutritional programs, colon hydrotherapy, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. Their professional doctors, Drs. Carlos Navarro, Bronwyn Navarro, and Brian Thompson, provide consultation services in areas of diabetes detox programs, arthritis, sports injuries, heart disease, high blood pressure, persons suffering with knee, shoulder, and back pain. At Eden Heights Clinic, they understand that your health is your wealth. Get in touch with them to determine which service is the right choice for you. Visit them at any one of their 3 locations at 13 Montague Avenue, Twin City at 41 Ramsaran Street, Shoguanas, or give them a call at 640-8985 or 613-7571, or send them a WhatsApp to 493-9196. Eden Heights Clinic is your right choice.
This year, we gather again for Jazz in Red. One stage, one unforgettable night on April 5th at the Cipriani College in Valsaine, featuring sax appeal from Detroit, international jazz vocalist Ashley Pizzotti, Juné, Devon Stewart, Natasha Joseph, Johan Chakari, Dane Galston, Chrison Joseph, the I Am Jazz Orchestra, and the powerful sound of Freetown Collective. Because at the I Am Jazz Festival, music is not just entertainment. It is our love language. It's a love affair.
Let's get it started. I say, whoa yo, also come and take a jump and let we start it by the drum, let we start it by the drum. Party on the road, there's a party on the road. Line it up, bring the shots and line it up. Party on the road, there's a party on the road. Look at lights in the back, watch my canal in the front. Party on the road, there's a party on the road. Come let we party on the road. Take a jump and let we start it by the drum, let we start it by the drum. Party on the road, there's a party on the road. Line it up, bring the shots and line it up. Party on the road, there's a party on the road. Look at lights in the back, watch my canal in the front. Party on the road, there's a party on the road. Come let me party on. So let me see your hands up in the air, wave them up in the band. People from everywhere,
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today. Master Ganesh Bhargav offers powerful guidance for all kinds of life problems, doubts, confusion, protection needs, and clarity. His astrology practice comes from a powerful ancestral tribal lineage with over 500 years of astrological and spiritual practice. Bhargavji does not dominate or pressure clients. Instead, he focuses on fixing problems with care and balance. His reunion love spells and death reversal spells are designed to restore harmony and provide lifetime protection. This is not individual effort alone, but collective spiritual power working for you. Many clients notice strong positive changes within a few sessions. Call +1 868 347 2350.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsaine, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more.
We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secured parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
Greetings to you all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior, the sweet rose of Sharon and the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus. I am Ezekiel Johnson Fort, and I am pleasured to inform you of the newest branch of the Christian Union Church, Trinidad and Grenada District, San Juan Revival Ministries. If you are desiring prayer, healing, or that closer connection to the Heavenly Father, then the place to be is at San Juan Revival Ministries. And allow me to ask you one question. Are you living a life without Jesus Christ? Do you desire freedom from spiritual bondage? Then the only solution to your problem is Him. In the book of Matthew, chapter 11 and verses 28, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And this is mostly speaking to those of you who are Christians and you might not have a place to fellowship. Come. Fellowship with us at the Christian Union Church, San Juan Revival Ministries. Come, be edified and equipped by the Word of God, preached by the man of God, Senior Reverend Bishop Dave Donation. You will be empowered by the move of the Holy Spirit of the living God. Come and be comforted. If you desire to be an environment that shows compassion and care for your spiritual needs, growth, and development, then fellowship with us at number 1 Bagatelle Corner, Saddle Road, every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. I look forward to seeing you there, and God bless you all, and may the peace of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, be with you now and always. God bless you all.